Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another new movie review. Today, of course, we are talking about Hereditary. Firstly though, I want to say a quick thank you to my creepy patron peeps, especially Mitch Reeves, who recently became a creepy patron peep himself. So thank you so much, Mitch, and all my other creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. Alright, so I did my best to find a summary of Hereditary that does not give anything away. I'm just warning you now, I am not going to spoil anything about Hereditary. I honestly believe that you should go and watch this movie without any outside influences, so I would urge you not to watch any reviews before you go see the movie. I feel like I say that a lot, but this one is like for real. But anyway, here's a summary of Hereditary. When Ellen passes away, her daughter's family begin to unravel cryptic and increasingly terrifying secrets about their ancestry. The more they discover, the more they find themselves trying to outrun the sinister fate they seem to have inherited. Alright, so fun fact about this movie, which is just a little Easter egg and kind of related to the new Halloween movie. Well, not the new Halloween movie, but related to Halloween. The son in the family, whose name is Peter, he's played by Alex Wolff. In his first scene at school, you'll notice the words "escaping fate" are written on the chalkboard in the classroom. And the class is discussing, I don't even remember what they're discussing. They're discussing some Greek tragedy. This is a reference to 1978's Halloween, where in the scene where Laurie Strode is in class, they are discussing the same idea. And it's an interesting theme that permeates both movies, actually, Hereditary included. All right, now let's move on to what I liked about Hereditary. What I liked about the sound design in this movie was amazing. They definitely made use of like the different speakers around the theater. So there's certain parts where a character is hearing something in a certain location and, you know, relative to them, and you hear the sound out of just like one set of speakers, if that makes any sense. I'm sure there's a technical name for that. I just don't know what it is because I'm not a professional. I also loved how the trailer gives nothing away for this movie. Like by the time the movie was over, I was just like, wow, I had no idea that's what the movie was going to be from that trailer. Like the trailer gave nothing away, which I'm really happy about. The movie is nothing like the trailer. And that's like the only spoiler I'm going to give you. He changes gears so many times, and I really love that because it kept me on my toes. Like once I thought I had the movie figured out, it changed into something else, it shifted into something else, and then all of a sudden I was left like anxious again. I was like, shit, now I don't know what's going on anymore. Normally I would say that was a bad thing because I would, you know, I would think, you would think that like from that description that the movie has no direction and it doesn't know what it is, but I don't know, it's just done really well here. And when it does morph into something new, it's more like a transformation or a transition. It's not like separate short films, if that makes any sense. It just works really well, but it keeps you on your toes, and that keeps you tense throughout the movie because you're uncomfortable because you don't have the movie figured out. Once you think you do, you don't anymore. Have to talk about Toni Collette in this movie. She is making herself out to be a bona fide scream queen. Like she did amazing. Her facial expressions were just, they were awesome. She really set the bar for the whole movie. I feel like she just did it so well. Again, another spoiler. It's not really a spoiler. The movie's really focused on her up until a certain point, but she really carries the movie like through the different transitions into what you think this movie is going to be about, and I think that's really important, and she does a great job. I also thought the movie did a really good job at building tension. It's definitely, it's kind of got slow burn qualities, but not slow burn in the sense that like nothing happens until the very end. It'll be like, you know, building tension, something huge and scary happens, but then instead of dropping off and giving you a break to collect yourself, it just keeps building from there until the next big scary thing, and then it keeps building from there. They did an amazing job at that. There's nothing I hate more, and it's usually kind of like the teeny bopper, you know, slasher movies that have been coming out lately that kind of do that. Like if you build up to a big jump scare and then the movie gives you a break to collect yourself and then it builds up again. This does not give you any breaks. It just moves on from like a big scare to just more tension building. And yeah, I was rooted to my seat for the whole film, for all 2 hours of it. A lot of this had to do with the camera work as well. There were so many times where the camera, like in slow burn fashion, would like slowly pan around a room or something, but a lot of times it just held still and was focused on a character during certain scary parts of the scene. And I found myself tense for one of 2 reasons. It was either because you knew something terrifying was happening like around the character, but all you could see was the character, and like you just get this immense tension built up inside of you because you're waiting for that camera to move and to see what this character sees. So you're either tense from that, or the camera is being held in place to give you a chance to see something that is happening in the background. And there were a few moments where it took me a second before I realized, like, you know, the camera would be sitting there. I'm like, what are we waiting for? And then all of a sudden I would see it in the background or see something in the corner or something like that, and then would terrify me. There's definitely a lot to unpack with this movie. The ending is definitely something you're going to hear people talking about for sure. I'm sure there's already like millions of videos up already about like the ending of Hereditary explained. I'm definitely going to be watching those to see people's thoughts on the ending, because it's something. Yeah, that's about all I can say about the movie without giving anything away. I don't want to give anything away. Maybe down the line, once everybody's had a chance to see it, I'll come back to it and maybe make another video about it and talk about it. I've never done that before, so that could be something. But I don't want to spoil anything, so we're gonna leave it at that today. Very worth it. Was Hereditary worth it? I say yes. I feel like with A24, pretty much every single one of their movies is either you're gonna really like it or you're gonna really not. So if any of that sounded appealing to you, or generally you have the same kind of thoughts on movies as me, then you'll probably enjoy it. Yeah, it's just one of those movies. Like, it's not going to be for everybody. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. If you follow me on Letterboxd, you will see it jumped to #1 of, you know, favorite movies for the year so far. So yeah, IMDb, it has an 8.1 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 93% critic score, but a 60% audience score. So that's kind of what I mean about you like it or you don't. And then on Letterboxd, it has a 4.1 out of 5. So if you did go see Hereditary this weekend, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. Of course, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. Make sure you ring that notification bell down there as well, because apparently just subscribing means nothing to YouTube anymore, and then you can be notified every time a video of mine goes live. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.